jetway is going to be connected.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Jet in Airways, where a smile goes a heck of a long way. Now today I'm back flying 737s again. I am doing a basic simple little flight from Miami over to Southwest Florida, Fort Myers. It's one of our normal routine commuter flights. I've never done it in the 737-800 before. So I'm going to have a go at that. If you have the 737 MAX or the 700 or the 600, please try out this route. It is a beautiful scenic flight as you fly out over the coast in Florida there. And help us shift some passengers for Jet in Airways, okay? Give your flight simming a little bit of meaning, a little bit of purpose, and do a few flights for Jet in Airways. So I'm going to put the flight plan on the screen now. This is the one I have. I have saved this one, so do a bit of a screenshot. It is a very simple flight plan, as you can see. Taking off from runway 27, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 waypoints to put into your FMC, so it's very basic and very simple, just the way I like it. I'm not a complicated, technical, qualified pilot or big time YouTuber. Keep everything simple and easy, that's the way I like it. And we just get the job done and get our customers shifted from A to B. So take a screenshot or write down those waypoints and help us shift some wonderful happy customers. Now in the Flight Sim flight planner, I've just put Miami International as my place of departure, and my gate there is a gate E23, so that's where I'm going to be spawned in. I'm not putting any more into this flight plan. All I do is tell the flight simulator where I want to be spawned into, and I'll just put those waypoints that I just showed you straight into the FMC, and we are done. We will have a beautiful little flight plan over to Southwest Florida. We're also going to talk about Xplane 12 today. Once we've taken off and we're cruise altitude, there's a few things I'd like to talk about in regards to Xplane 12. I'd like to give you my perspective on the game and where I actually sit with it, where I'm going to buy it or not buy it, or use it or not use it. You know that I love Xplane 11, but we need to have a talk about Xplane 12. So we're going to do that once we're up and cruising. So we're ready to fly. We can click on fly and we'll head over to the airport. So here we are at beautiful Miami. Not a very beautiful day, I've got to say. Some rather ominous looking clouds around the sky today. Beautiful, can see the CBD in the background over there. So here we are at the gate in our lovely 737-700, painted in the beautiful Jet in Airways livery. And so we are ready to get going. So let's get on board and we will start to get things fired up and ready to go today. Now, first thing I do, like I always do when I get on board my aircraft before a flight, is I will do a walk through the cabin just to make sure the cleaners and the contractors have not left any tools or any cleaning materials around. I like to have a clean and tidy and safe environment for the cabin crew. So as the captain, I am responsible for everything that happens on the plane. So I always do a bit of a walkthrough first just to make sure everything is donkey-dory. And everything is looking sweet, so we can go ahead and head into the cockpit and get things all fired up. Now, just as I move in here, I have a look at the fuse box, because when we're standing in this position, it's a good place to see if any of the fuses are blown or not. So we can see here if any of the fuses are blown, because they'd be sticking out if the fuses were blown. So it's a good place to see to stand before you get into the pilot seat and just have a bit of a look around and check all the fuses there. There's also fuses on the other side, so we have a bit of a look at those as well, and everything looks fine. We checked that the hatch is down there for the wind down, manual wind down for the landing gear. So just a bit of an eyeball around before we get into the seat. Escape hatch and the fuse box cupboard there has not been opened or tampered with, so that is all good. We can go ahead and get into position now and get things started up, and we're ready for the cabin crew to come on board. Got our air conditioning unit set up there. We've got some ground power. We've got our luggage arriving now and going on, and got a bit of extra water coming on board as well. A few things, got some fresh water. They're a little bit late arriving. It should have been done before, but never mind, better late than never. And here comes our luggage now. Right, now let's go up here and no, actually, first we'll go down here. We'll check all the control surfaces. We'll check. Okay, gear lever down, flaps are up. The throttle is in the idle position, and everything is looking good there. So let's go up here. Windscreen wipers are off. Let's go through our flow. All switches are off. Lights off. Engine bleeds, isolation valve, everything is off there, so we're all good. Right, let's turn on some power and we shall get some ground power underway. Control 3 will take us to here. FS actions, ground services, and we'll get some ground power underway there. And now we can go ahead and go through our startup procedure and all our safety checks, and we'll get our we'll turn on the ground power here too, and we'll get the waypoints put into our FMC. Okay, so we are running on our APU now, and we have clearance for departure, so we're going to get pushback. I have all my waypoints set into the FMC, so our flight plan is all done. Put my flaps down 5. I'll turn on my engine bleeds because I'm about to start my engine. Isolation valve is open, but we'll start the engines once we have pushback. Lights on, anti-collision lights on. I can put my taxi lights on now.
Your luggage and take your seats so we can have an on-time departure. For those passengers seated in a designated exit row, you may be called upon to open that exit in the event of an emergency. Please refer to the safety briefing card or the exit row information card located in the seat back pocket to ensure you meet the exit row criteria and understand the information. After carefully reviewing this card, if you believe you could be injured, do not wish to, or cannot perform the functions listed, please notify a flight attendant. 1,000 feet. I will notify you when it is safe to bring these items out for use. If there's any question as to what device you can use on board today, please refer to the Welcome Aboard section of your My Magazine. Thank you for your attention.
Forward boarding door has been closed. Once again, we do need all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices do need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pagers. Flight attendants, please prepare your doors for departure and cross-check.
Right, so we're getting pushback now, and we are over the line, so we can actually start turning on our engines. We'll get our right engine started there.
Now we ask that you direct your attention to the forward side of each cabin to the TV monitors for a brief and important safety message about our next cab.
Welcome aboard. Please fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle, and tighten the strap. To unfasten your belt, pull up on the buckle. Turbulence may occur unexpectedly, so keep your seatbelt fastened during the flight, even when the sign is not on. Cell phones, two-way pagers, and all other electronic devices should be off and stowed. In American Way magazine is a list of non-approved devices. Remember, cell phones and two-way pagers may never be used in flight. Tray tables and footrests should be secured and your carry-on luggage placed under the seat in front of you or in a storage compartment. Please bring your seats to the upright position for takeoff. It is a federal requirement to comply with crew member instructions and instructional signs. All flights are non-smoking. Smoking is prohibited in the lavatories. It is against federal law to tamper with, disable, or destroy any smoke detectors in the airplane lavatories. Please review the safety briefing card in your seat pocket for specific emergency information about this flight.
Okay, so we are parked at the hold short, and we're just waiting to get our clearance now. So I'll make a quick announcement. Good morning, everyone, and welcome aboard our 737-800 service today to Southwest Florida. Thank you for choosing Jet-In Airways. We realize you do have a choice, but we appreciate you flying with us. And we hope that your journey is pleasant and comfortable. We have some wonderful flight attendants on board today. If there's anything we can do to make your trip more comfortable, don't hesitate to get their attention and ask. Just check the weather, and we're expecting smooth sailing. There's a few clouds outside, so it may be a little bit bumpy as we head up through those clouds. But most of the time it's going to be pretty smooth. So I do ask you to keep your safety belt firmly fastened across your lap in front of you until such time the light has gone out, and then you may freely move around the cabin. We should have you outside the terminal in Southwest Florida within the hour. Most of the time I'm going to keep quiet and let you enjoy the onboard service and entertainment. And I'll talk to you a little bit later on. Once again, thank you for choosing and flying with Jet-In Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Right, let's just check and see how we are going for clearance. Right, so we're going to do a rolling takeoff today, as suggested and recommended in the Boeing manuals. Just going to pause there. I'm going to turn on the replay mode so we can analyze our landing, our takeoff. Throttles up. Engine stable. Strange, I didn't get the call out. Gear up. I didn't get the call out. V1 or V2, but that's okay. Beautiful scenery here at Miami. Beautiful. Just going to keep it going in a steady straight line, around about 10 to 15 degrees climb out. Nothing drastic, nothing exciting. Nice and smooth and tidy.
Jet 738 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Miami Tower Jet 738 frequency change.
Well, as you know, I loved Xplane 11, and there's a few reasons why I loved Xplane 11. And one, because it was so simple, it was not clogged up and chocker with eye candy. It was smooth. And the big thing for me is it had a nice 737. Had a default 737 and the mod, the Zebo mod. It had a study level 737, and at the time when I started using that, we had no 737 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now we have some beautiful 737s in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We have the 600, the 700 and the 800, which I'm flying now. I'd never bought the 600, but I do have the 7 and the 800. We've also got the 737 MAX. And they're all painted in my livery for my airline, so I'm really rapt about that. Now, I've looked at lots of videos on the internet showing Xplane 12. I've heard a lot of people reviewing it, a lot of people comparing it, and to be honest, I don't really like the comparisons because they're two completely separate animals. They're both simulators, but they're both two completely separate, different kind of animals, and they're designed for different people. The people who just love Xplane 12, they'll be fanatics on Xplane 12 forever, and there'll be those in Flight Simulator who'll never want to go to Xplane. And that's the good thing about these flight simulators. You know, I've always said it and I believe it, and that is the best flight simulator on the market right now is the one that you are enjoying the most. If you love Xplane and you're enjoying it, well, that is the right simulator. That is the best simulator on the market. Okay, same with Flight Simulator 2020. If you're really loving it and enjoying it, well, that is the best flight simulator on the market for you right now. And that's what's important, guys. It's whatever you enjoy. The differences between the two are huge, and they should not be compared because, like I said, they are different animals. Different strokes for different folks. Now, I had to think about whether I was going to buy Xplane 12 or not. I had to think, well, basically, do I need another simulator? I don't really have enough time to fly the simulator that I have now. I don't have enough time to do all the things that I want to do in Flight Simulator 2020. So am I really going to be able to get the most out of two simulators? And I really don't think I can. I don't think I have enough time. Like I said, I don't have enough time to do all the things I want to do in Flight Sim 2020. So how can I fly and operate two different platforms? And Flight Sim 2020 has all the things that I was looking for. I'm looking for in a good flight simulator. It's got all my 737s for my virtual airline. The graphics are beautiful. The clouds are beautiful. Everything's good, and there's nothing new or different or better that I can get out of Xplane 12. The main difference that I can make out is the flight dynamics. The flight dynamics, they say, are better than Flight Sim 2020. Now, if you're a pilot in training, a real pilot in training, those things may be important to you, and you will notice those little subtle differences. But 99.9% of us are just gamers, okay? And it's not that little difference is not really that important to us when we're just gaming on playing Flight Simulator. Both of them are close and good enough for most of us. And most of us have never flown a real plane, and we never ever will fly a real plane. So those subtle differences between the aerodynamics and the movements will not make one iota. Well, they won't for me anyway. So I might as well stick with the simulator that I'm having the most fun with, and that I really love the planes in the Flight Sim 2020 at the moment, because we have the beautiful 737s. So there's no real need for me to change to Xplane 12. No real need for me to have two flight simulators. It looks beautiful, it really does, well, it will never be up there as with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 as far as graphics and clouds and scenery goes, but it is a beautiful looking simulator on its own. It's a lot better than what it was, and I loved it before, and it looks beautiful now, the 12 version. But I say there's nothing extra, there's no real benefits, or there's nothing extra in there that would draw me over to change to Xplane 12. So I'm sticking with Flight Sim 2020 for my virtual airline, and it's basically all I need. If any of that makes sense to you, let me know in the comments what you think. I'd be interested to know. Are you switching over to Xplane 12? Are you going to enjoy both of them? Do you have time to fly both of them? I don't. So I've just had to choose one. So I've chosen to stick with Flight Sim 2020. But let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. So we're on descent now. We're coming down to 3,500 feet. We're going to get ready to turn around to the right, because we'll be heading towards our final approach into southwest Florida. The scenery is going to start getting really nice now as we head out over the coast. Okay, so we have a visual on the runway there. So I'm going to turn off the autopilot, and we will bring her in for a landing manually.
1,000.
Looks like a fairly nice day here in southwest Florida.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, flaps up. And welcome to southwest Florida, everybody. I think I landed on a bit of an angle, actually. I don't know whether it was a... I think I tried to straighten up. I should have used my rudders and not my yoke, but I tried to straighten up, and I think I pretty much did a one-wheel landing. A landing on one side, which is not good, guys. Not good. Don't follow my example on this one, please. Let's just check it out here. Here we go. Now I tried to straighten up a little bit. There we go. boom, I think I landed on the right wheel, but we got down smoothly and managed to stay in the middle of the runway, so that is one good thing. I don't think it was a rough landing, but I shouldn't have come down on one wheel like that, 100%. Right, that will do us right here, guys. I noticed the taxiway is not in the right place, but we are parked in the right place, so I will let them sort out that problem, and we'll be great. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that flight. I enjoyed it. Miami to Southwest Florida. I put the plan up at the beginning of the video, so if you have time and you would like to fly for Jet and Airways, just fly the route and let me know how you go in the comments. Let me know how you're going with Xplane 12. If you're enjoying it, having a great time, that is good. I'm not here to compare one or the other or to point out the faults in both of them. Both Microsoft Flight Simulator, Xplane 12, both have flights. Both have faults. But like I said, the best simulator is the one that you are enjoying, okay, and getting the most fun out of. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Looking forward to your comments. Stay safe. I'll see you soon on the next video. Over and out. Cheers.